It started when I joined college, where in my first year of college, I worked on some of my seniors' films, and I realized that is not what I wanted to do. Currently, I am working as a part of a series, a web series, as a creative producer, creative supervisor, which is essentially right like being a part of it right from the scripting and then taking it towards production. Uh, Basically, it's a very pre-heavy job that you set up the look, the art, the references, casting, everything. Just make sure that it's in tune with what the showrunner wants. Like that's my current profile right now. Earlier, I was a direction assistant on the movie Lavazpet, and yeah, before that, I was in college and I made these short films. So process starts when you get an idea, obviously. I mean, you have a story to tell, or for me, it started with just making something in college, and so there were a certain bunch of stories, a certain kind of stories that I felt were lacking when I was in college, and I wanted to say those. And yeah, so you start ideating, writing, and at some point, based on experiences, what you've seen of people, like oftentimes I've seen a lot of my seniors and people just keep writing and then they never get to making it. So I had always decided that at some point I would, whatever the flaws and all of that, at some point you have to give it a stop where you feel it's in a good enough place. So essentially, I started writing back in college because I wanted to make something. I wrote to make. Oftentimes, people just write for the sake of writing, which is also great. But I always wrote in order to be able to make something. So essentially, you have a certain set of ideas or a certain set of stories that you want to say, and then you start you make your notes, you make a basic plot, and then you start putting it into a screenplay format. And eventually, when it's in a good enough place, you start making it and you go into production. No, it's very different for different people. Actually, it differs. So, for example, I write and direct both. So then it's like it's my thing. But oftentimes it can be that a friend comes to me with a story, or another writer comes to me with a story. In that case, the germ comes from him or her. Sometimes I can just be a writer and I can take my story to a director, and then this germ comes from me. Sometimes it's the director's thought, but he or she doesn't want to put it on paper, so they want somebody's help, a writer's help. So then they go to a writer. So it's very free flowing. In films, like in feature films, sometimes the concept or the idea often is the producers, and they then put together a team to then sort of develop it and build it. So it's actually a very varied thing. For my short films, I've always gone to my DOP, who's also my editor. So essentially, both of us have been a team throughout college. I mean, whatever films we've made so far. So it becomes easier to take it to him first because then I know if something can be executed, what level of a challenge will it be, what new things can I do with it, because both of us think in terms of how to execute it. So that makes it very easy for me to then communicate it to other team members who I will get on board. I always enjoyed movies, like from them I was very very young, and somewhere I wanted to do like this, but obviously like you end up taking science or something, and then you eventually shift. So that's what I did. I did science till the 12th, and then I shifted to media because I thought media would be a nice course to have, even though I knew I wanted to specify in filmmaking, just to know about other things, because in some way every piece of knowledge that you've ever gotten finds its way into your movies. If, like, for example, if you've been an architect, somewhere that knowledge will come into your filmmaking if you become a filmmaker. So for me, every exercise that I did with logic, with science, or things I studied in media, or like with history or with uh, social politics or whatever, they all find their way into your stories. So it started there. It started when I joined college, where in my first year of college, I worked on some of my seniors' films, and I realized that is not what I wanted to do. There's a certain kind of movies, a certain way I wanted to make my films. I had a great urge to tell my own stories. So it was the same for Karan, who was my DOP. So essentially, we both teamed up and started figuring it out as we went. So the first project we made was just shots of Bombay. We just walked around Bombay for I think 3 or 4 days, took nice shots and put it to a piece of poetry, and edited it in a certain manner on, yeah. So that was just to sort of test if do we really because saying that we like to make something and actually going ahead and doing it is like it's a different ballgame. So essentially, when there we made that little video montage and we realized, okay, fine, we can take on narratives now. So then we did a narrative short film called The Twit, and after that, that was a 22-minute film, and then so on and so forth. We started and then we didn't stop. But that being said, oftentimes, like the cinematographer, the editor, or even the the assistant directors for that matter, they end up giving some very valuable suggestions, which can alter the way you are looking at the scene. So the more open one is to collaboration, in a way, I think the better. Eventually, the film becomes better. Nobody in my family has been in the creative profession, but they've always been creative, and they've always had me indulge in creative activities. So in a way, that's what has helped a lot. Where me being creative was encouraged, and yeah, I think that's what really helped. You see what's going on, and then you want to sort of make, like, say, a story which has that, or that comments on that, or every good film, I personally believe, somewhere, whatever socio-political climate it is made in always seeps into the film, and that's what makes the film interesting, because then it stays relevant. So even if it's, like, say, a love story, for example, but because uh, it is set in the climate it is set in, I feel it often adds a lot of value to the story, and it definitely will. Like, lockdown has been something that's been massive in terms of the changes in people's lives, or whatever social political climate, or the events that have been happening or are going to happen. So obviously they do affect your storytelling. They do affect the topics, the subjects, or even the practical aspects of making a film. For all you know, in the future, one might not be able to make certain films or say certain things, depending on what the climate is. But the whole point of storytelling would also be to sort of subvert and give the message you want, while being aware of what's going on.